Thank you guys for keeping us company. It's always a pleasure having your company. My name is Kelly Weils and this is the Fashion Hub. This week has been all about Sani tailors. We've been talking to them, getting to know what they do and how they go about, the business of suits. And right about now, I want us to know, how do they price their outfit? Because, hey, how much have you ever spent in a single suit? Sam?
Thank you, Kelly, once again. And we call it the elephant in the room.
Yes, it is one that needs to be killed or taken care of.
Definitely.
Why are suits always pricey?
Bespoke suits, to be specific, they're pricey because, one, we'll talk of the workmanship. A good chunk of the cost of the suit will go into the fabric and the workmanship. When I say workmanship, what I mean is you'll have to pay for the experience of the person who is doing this suit. Okay, you'll get a good fabric, but if the tailor is not experienced, they won't do justice to that fabric. I can tell of a story. Once I had some of the clients, one client to be specific, they are good in fabrics, they know the fabric, and the client took me to the Indian suppliers of quality fabrics in town, and I was like, I wouldn't mess up with this fabric, so we had to buy a cheaper fabric first so that we can do a sample suit. And then go into the
real fabric,
so after the person is assured of the workmanship. So I'll say the fabric will always determine the cost of the suit, and also the accessories, or rather the suit, like what you can see here is the fabric. But inside this fabric we have things like the chest piece, we have the linings, there are those linings that if you put a suit on, a blazer on, you'll feel as if the lining is getting attached to your shirt.
Yes, true.
It's
then
not,
you start doing like so.
It's not soft enough. A good lining is one that when you place your body, you blaze on your body, it's smooth enough. So there are so many factors that will come into pricing the suit. Even the buttons, the buttonholes, how durable you want the suit to be will determine whether you'll use a machine to do this buttonhole, or you'll use an experienced person to do by hand, which if you do by hand, it is more durable than when you use a machine.
Because the machine, you'll have to embroider it and then you cut.
Exactly. But when you use hand stitch, step by step, it takes time, you'll have to pay for that. So we customize suits to the extent of asking you, do you want it to be hand stitched buttonholes, or do you want it to be done by a machine? Do you want it to have a smoother feel inside of the lining? All those factors will determine the price.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, Sam, you want to tell me now, for every client that you meet, when you are, measuring them and telling them or discussing the suit that they want, you have to tell them. It is easier just to tell them that what do you want when it comes to the buttonholes and also the linings.
Definitely. And then the pockets. Do you want it to be double stitched? How durable you want a suit. If you are spending some good money on a good fabric, you have to be willing to spend equally good amount on the labor. Because if you hire someone to do double stitching is where you have everywhere the stitch goes once, now it goes twice, makes the suit more firm. So you're using more thread and it takes more time and experience also.
Wow, I've never had that, because I always thought you just go have your suit measured, probably choose a fabric, and such small details like you're saying, which will probably add quite few coins to the amount.
Definitely. You even choose the buttons. You even choose the buttons. You even choose the fact that, do you want your buttons to be functional? We have functional buttons. You can open them. You can. Have you ever seen a blazer that you can fold the sleeves? They're called the doctor's sleeves. So do you want it to be customized to that extent? Do you want, what type of lining do you want? Do you want it to have a signature name, like your name, Kelly, on the suit, made for Kelly? All those details will determine the price of the suit.
Thank you for that information. All right. How about for our groomsmen?
Normally when it comes to weddings, actually, if anyone has been sourcing for tailors to do their wedding suits, if you've not met Sani tailors, then you've not been looking hard enough.
Why?
Because when it comes to the wedding package from Sani tailors, we dress the groom free of charge. Free of charge. Having this, Kelly, free of charge. It is his day.
And he's the one who is standing out.
Definitely.
Who is the most unique among, if there's
definitely
among all the men.
Definitely, we have to make it your day. It's your day. So normally, if we were to sell this to a groom, it will cost between 15 to 20,000.
Yes.
A suit.
By him, if he's just buying one.
Yeah, 15 to even 35,000. Let's say. But now we decide to take it upon ourselves. We give you the blazer, the half coat, the shirt, the bow tie. That's the accessories, pocket squares, the trousers, the belt,
the belt
socks
as well.
Yeah,
socks.
the socks.
Don't tell me even the shoes.
Yeah, no, not the shoes. What we do with the shoes is that we get these shoes at cost price. We'll give you at between 3,500 up to 4,600. But if you look at the Oxford design of these shoes, you'll get them at 7,000 or 5,000. We try to get them at cost price and complete. So the only thing you'll pay for is the shoe.
So in short, it's like you're really making the package so sweet for the groom.
Definitely,
how about his
you can't drop it.
How about his men?
So as long as you have 6 groomsmen, yeah, and their suit to be ranging between 9,800 up to 15,000, then we'll make your suit free of charge.
All right, amazing guys. If you are a groom to be, then Sani, I think Sani came through for you, because with all these, details that you give your clients, making, actually it's like I come without the knowledge of how suits are all about.
Exactly.
And having a moment with you measuring me, probably it's my first suit. I leave you now 2 or 3 things that I didn't know about the suit and I carry home with me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So how about for those clients that are not local?
Okay. Normally it happens when it comes to weddings. You'll find that the groom is here, 2 of the groomsmen are also here, but maybe 3 of them are in Tanzania, UK, or China. So what we do is that we've done 2 weddings such where groomsmen are scattered all over the world. So what we did is that we have a customized PDF document which guides through a tailor on how to take the measurements.
Wherever they are.
So we just send it to them. Okay, we send it to them, then we tell them just find a local tailor from that country, and then let them follow these steps. Let them take measurements according to our standard way of taking, because some things will never change.
True.
The way we take the size of the shoulders will never change. So they take all those measurements and then they send the document to us. We choose the fabric with the groom here, and then we custom make the suits, and they are on the day of the wedding, on the eve of the wedding, they'll come. We'd rather have 2 tailors stand by to do any adjustments that time, but we make sure that they are made to measure.
For those couple of times that you've done that deal, how was it?
It was impressive, because we did one in Dubai. 2 of the groomsmen were in Dubai, and they wore the suits. Actually, I think they flew in on the night of the wedding, and the next day morning they wore the suits, and they were perfectly good.
Wow.
Yeah. So we are doing the next one. We still have 2 more to go. We'll be doing them one in November and the other one in Feb.
Wow, amazing. Yeah. All right. So for your brand, how do you always make sure it is visible?
We make sure that each and every client that comes to us is a working brand. We make sure that we create that impression that someone will ask you, where did you make this suit?
Yeah. And
then they just open their, like, made in Kenya, Sani tailors.
Yes.
That is one of the most ways that we make sure that we utilize that opportunity of impressing our client and delivering a suit that for sure will be recommended to other people. We also make sure that we attend shows like exhibitions and such, and also we are not silent on social media when it comes to Instagram and Facebook and Twitter also. We try as much as we can to engage people in conversations concerning suits, and generally we make sure that we are visible. But our number one visibility that we emphasize on is making sure that the customer that we get feels good enough to recommend our suit to someone else.
Now I'm going to use Sani Tailors. Do you have a mentor, or do you have someone that you look up to? They inspire you both, probably in the same industry, creative industry, and also outside this industry. And they can be probably local people or even international.
There is a couple of them. Actually, any tailor in London, Savile Row, I'll say is an inspiration. I've watched videos on YouTube. I've visited their website. There's a time I tried actually to contact them to see if I can get into to be trained from their one of their schools actually.
Oh, they have
because
schools?
Some of them have schools, tailoring classes. They're expensive actually, very expensive.
Can imagine.
But I've always been crazy about how suits are done in London. They are so custom, and the kind of people who walk in those streets to purchase those suits, actually they will just tell you that these suits are quality suits.
I definitely agree with you, and again, they are the veterans of all these suits and they trend set,
Definitely. Also, we have tailors in Hong Kong, and like the Martin tailors. For them, you don't have to walk into the shop. They have booths like in specified places in Hong Kong. You just walk in a booth and you stand upright, and then a machine takes your measurements, sends them to the tailoring workshop.
Well, that is Hong Kong.
That is Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
So it's where I aspire Sani Tailors to be in a couple of years to come.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And now, how do you feel being a fashion entrepreneur? Specific suits, how does it feel?
It's an interesting thing because every day gives us a challenge, and we get to meet different markets that we have some niche market that have not been explored by tailors in Kenya. We think that every time, unless you get referrals from weddings or a friend, you can't get a new market in Kenya. It's all flooded, but that's not the case. You'll have people working from home, in Riverside, in Ngong Road, where they don't want to come to town because of traffic and their schedules are tight. So what you can do is just avail yourself there and make sure that you deliver. There are people whom you'll just go visit them at home, make the suits, deliver, take the measurements, let them select the fabrics, deliver the suit for the fitting. The entire process, you'll just have to go where they are. I think we've not been doing that quite so well in Kenya. We most of the time we expect to get referrals, but I believe if you're able to serve the market that cannot access you, but you can access them, then that's a new market to be explored. It's an interesting thing for us. Also, the rental business of suits is so big in US and also other countries, Asia. Like the black tax. There's a site called Black Tax in US, where if you have an event, you just rent out a suit, a few dollars, and you just answer a few questions concerning your body shape, size, and within 14 days, as long as the order is within 14 days, they make sure that they have delivered, and it's doing quite well. I've not seen that in Kenya, and if it's there, it's at the startup stage. So it's an exciting venture to be in, creative fashion, more so suits. And the way things, we are developing economy. Also, the middle class in Kenya is growing day by day, expanding. The purchasing power of Kenyans is changing day by day. They are willing, nowadays men care about how they look. You know? Back then, a man will be like, I'm the breadwinner, I'm the provider, and that's it. But we were not so much into how we look, what we feel about ourselves. But nowadays, those are some of the factors that I'm looking into, and with my partner, that as the purchasing power of consumers in Kenya is changing, as the modern man is changing into the way they view themselves and feel about themselves.
Yes.
What are we doing to make sure that we'll address that market?
Yes,
sure.
I totally agree with you, and that's an amazing thing, because also it's a good way of someone who is not used to getting a suit, and probably they have an event, and the moment they hire a suit and they look themselves in the mirror, definitely probability it changes their mind regarding suits. And probably when they are returning the suit, they're like, now measure.
Exactly. That's another thing that we look into. That the moment we get that contact with you, if you're not getting a second suit from you, then we know we did something wrong. Like the package for wedding is barely like we are offering the suits at cost price.
True.
What you're trying to do is we are asking like our customers to give us an avenue to showcase what we can do. And then after that, you are satisfied, you are assured of continuity of that market. From 6 groomsmen, you get other 6 suits. From that, you get other.
I agree with you, because I remember the last time you said every single client you get, you always make sure they come back.
We always make, definitely. That's our, because if you can't sell to that client that you're getting immediately, and you have communication like face to face, then it will be so difficult for you to sell on social media. Because a suit is, it's not just a photo. It's not just a photo. But if one client that I get contact with, I sell to him the experience, they sell to the other people the experience of making a bespoke suit.
Right, amazing. So for any upcoming designer out there, do you have words to share with them?
I'll say that if you want to venture into design or any creative industry, first things first, have, even if it's a sketch of the plan on how you want to execute the entire idea, have it written down, and then look for know your critical assets and have them, prioritize on that.
Yes.
If training is your critical asset, go for training. If you need to depend on someone's skills, make sure that you pick the best in the market. You rather pay high, but do not compromise on the quality of whatever you want to produce. Okay? Then when you bring all this together, just put in some management skills and you're good to go.
Alright, that is short, precise, and knowledgeable. Guys, what do you think at home? I would really want you to send your comments, your thoughts using the handles right there below, and we shall discuss on the other side. And definitely you can send in questions for Sani Tailors. But before we go as well, please share your Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter handles.
Okay, on Instagram we are Sani_Tailors, and on Facebook we are Sani Collection with a K, as well as Twitter.
Alright, and your location?
We are at View Park Towers, that is along Utali Lane, 20th floor, suite 12.
Alright.
Sani Tailors.
Alright guys, that's not all. For the next episode, we shall be looking at these designs, how they style these designs, because when they have the client, they don't just let them wear the suits. They help give some few tips here and there so they can look sharp. Until next time, keep it BrandPlus TV.